Well, hi students and welcome to Module 4 of Quality Leadership. I hope you're doing well. Since we're already at Module 4, you know this is going fast. We just have this week and next week, and well, it's only a week and a half actually from the time you get this. I'm going to go in and show you what you have to do. It's pretty easy, and I hope you're doing okay on your final project. I haven't heard from anybody yet that they're having trouble, so I hope you're working on it. Let's go to Module 4. So this module closes at 10 o'clock on Wednesday, August 1st. So you do have the whole week to finish it up and get everything done. We're going to talk about the change process. Now, I got to tell you, change is difficult. Okay, so from dictionary.com, to make the form, content, or future course of something different from what it is, to transform or convert, the which changed the prince into a toad, to substitute another for others, exchange for something else. So she changed her shoes, or to make change for a bill. So change is good, or it usually is. So here are some examples. We started out with this kind of typewriter, then we went to a Selectric, then we went to a word processor, now we have computers. We started out with these old kinds of phones, then there was these dial phones. If you watch any kind of classic movies or TV shows or whatever, you'll see these. Then we went to push button phones. Then we went, cell phones. So what's the problem with change? I have to tell you that the more I work around, it's like every day something else is changing. And I think the problem with change is that we don't have any control over all of the change that happens to us. You leave work or school on a Thursday or a Friday, and you come in on Monday, and everything's different. We're going to do this. We're going to change this. You think it's not a big deal. CNM, not recently, but several years ago, changed from paper timesheets to electronic timesheets. Okay, it's actually good. It saved a lot of paper. It saved a lot of processing time, but it was problematic to learn and to get used to it and make sure you got everything done on time. There were a lot of hiccups from the people who were implementing it. And then there were like changes to the submission procedures. And yes, people do get used to it, but do they grumble? Yes. Even the software that I use to do these videos, I went to show someone how to do it, and he has a different version, a newer version. I couldn't do things the way I'm used to. I came and sat down at my computer, and even though this is on my computer at home, the process on the other end is a little bit different. Nobody told me. So, change is supposed to be progress. And think back to some things like, no, we do not take our laundry down to the Rio Grande and beat it against a rock and hang it on the shrubs in the bosque to dry. I got a washer and dryer in my house, so I can go to a laundromat. So there are some things that are good. We have a refrigerator as opposed to an ice box where they delivered ice. But it's difficult to deal with change, and it's difficult to get people used to change. A lot of times you'll hear, well, this is the way we've always done it, and there are a lot of people who are resistant to it. So, how do we deal with strategies and ways to anticipate and overcome obstacles to quality improvement? The idea of change is supposed to improve our lives. And I don't really see it with a lot of apps and a lot of things. Oh, I can do this easier. And people are still scatterbrained, and they forget things. And, I don't know how to use my app. I don't know how to do things. Sometimes I think a pencil and a piece of paper are just as good as an app. But that's just me. Okay, so here's all you have to do. There's not really very much in the overview. I just did it. This is where you found the video lecture. Here are some readings. Ways to overcome barriers. Change isn't always good. I always try to give both sides of every story. There are some videos here. Some of them are kind of fun and animated to kind of keep you amused. And then you have a discussion and an assignment. Okay, so what was a change at work or at home that you didn't want to see happen? Why were you resistant? How was the change communicated to you, or was it? What do you think is the best strategy or strategies that leaders can use to overcome resistance to change? As a leader, if you are going to lead others and others are going to follow you, and you have gotten their trust, or you're trying to gain their trust, you have to be able to take care of everyone. So it's not just walking in and saying, hey, today we're going to rearrange the office. We're going to do this. We're going to move. We're going to, whatever change could happen at work or school. Um, and there are some people who are going to be completely on board. Some people it's not going to bother. And there are going to be people that are going to have a whole lot of trouble with it. And as a leader, it's important that you know your staff, that you know the people who follow you, that you have an individual relationship with each one of them. And you know, oh, let me go talk to her or him because I need to make sure that he or she understands what's happening and why this is good and how it's going to work and it's not going to be bad. You have to really deal with delivering the news if there's going to be a change and then helping people get through it. One of the I think probably the worst day I had as a teacher, I got a phone call from the associate dean and she said, "Hey, can you pick up a class on Mondays and Wednesdays at 5:30?" And of course, like an idiot, I go, "Yes, ma'am, absolutely." And she told me that the person who had that, I thought it was a late start class. The instructor who taught that class had passed away over the weekend. Okay, so then I felt bad because I had acted like an idiot. But then my big concern was, how do we tell the students? And they had someone, the achievement coach came in and she did a beautiful job of handling it. But the students were caught off guard. Who are these two women in front of my class and where's my teacher? They were used to that man coming in every Monday and Wednesday at 5:30. And all of a sudden there are two women there and I don't know them. And who are they? And where's my teacher? And then to be told he passed away over the weekend and he won't ever come back. And I didn't have any way of knowing that. I didn't have any way to say goodbye. Well, he didn't know it either. And to deal with that, it was a rough day. I mean, I was able to get through it. I talked to them and I tried to let them know that I was there for them. And then it took just a couple of classes, but then we kind of settled in. But there was some real problems with that because they got caught off guard. And that was a huge change. And it was early in the term. So then we finished out the term together. And they were okay by the time we got to the end. But that was a huge change that nobody saw coming. So your discussion is to find something that came to you. What kind of change? And it can be from anyone. It can be at work or home. It can be they changed the policy. I'm seeing this all the time on credit cards and banking. Now you have to go create a new username and password. If I have to remember one more username and password, I don't know what I'm going to do because it's being forced on me. And I don't like your password. Come up with another password. Well, that's my password. And so I'm fighting with a computer to get access to my own account. So it's things like that. Any kind of change at all that you did not want to see, that I did not want to see that coming. Why were you resistant to it and how was it communicated? Okay, then your assignment from the readings and videos, your own research experience or any other resource. Why do you believe people resist change and what strategies can you identify and implement to anticipate this? How do you know it? How do you feel about change? How do you communicate it? Okay. What is or was a recent change? So that kind of draws on that. How did you adapt and how do you think you could get other people to adapt? Okay. What do you look for a leader when change is coming? If you go into work tomorrow or class tomorrow and there's a change, what do you look for in that leader? If you're the leader, what are you planning on telling people tomorrow? Oh, we're going to switch the phone system. We're going to upgrade. I just found out that Microsoft Office has a 2019 version. Holy cow, I haven't even finished learning 2003. And they've changed it so many times, I can't keep up. So these kind of things, okay, how do you deal with it and how do you deal with it personally when it's foisted upon you? And how do you deal with it as a leader? And then continue working on your project, okay? All right, this module goes from this Wednesday, the 25th to Wednesday, the 1st. I'm going to open up Module 5 on Friday, the 27th. So you have that 7 days. So you do have a full weekend. You have the 21st and the 22nd and the 28th. So make sure that you stay on top of this. So Module 5 will open on Friday, the 27th. And then everything is due in that module and your final project on the 4th. Okay? I hope you're well. I hope your things are going well with all your classes. And I hope you're enjoying this one. And have a great week. I will talk to you in Module 5. Bye.